this is Bobby with Bobby Stamps, and I have my first free make and take packet I'm going to share with you guys for March. I'm just going to try to move some stuff out of my way. Thought I had my desk pretty well cleared so I could start this, but okay, so this is going to be make and take 1, and I do this every month. I put together 3 different projects, and when you spend $25 in my online store, you earn 1 free make and take packet. If you spend $35, you'll earn 2, and if you spend $50, you will earn all 3. So this is make and take packet 1, and the card base is basic black. And I send you everything that you need to make the projects. I don't send stamped images. So you do kind of have to have the stamp set or change it up to whatever you prefer. If you don't have the stamp set I'm using, then you can just use something that you already have on hand. So then I'm going to send you a piece of Granny Apple Green that is 4 1/4 by 5. And we're just going to layer that piece right on the back of, or the front, I guess, of the basic black piece. So let's just put that down like that. And then I ran that piece through the Painted Texture 3D embossing folder. And then I also am going to send you a piece of basic black and Whisper White. This one has also been ran through that same embossing folder. I used the layering oval dies for those. And then I also used the Tasteful Label dies. I'm going to send you a piece of basic black and 1 Whisper White that you'll use for your sentiment. And then I'm sending you this cute flower. It was supposed to be a 4-leaf clover, but my husband pointed out there's 5. So it is what it is, you guys. Okay, I'm trying to move my stamp sets because I have quite a bit over here today. So I used the special dies for this flower, 4-leaf clover, 5-leaf clover, whatever you want to call it. And it coordinates with the special someone. So it's this flower right here. And I just die cut that out. And this is the die. This is actually all the dies. I also used this die from that same die set to cut out the little black bow. These 2 are from the layering ovals, and these 2 are from the Tasteful Label dies that I used. And then I used some of this beautiful black and white designer series paper. Let me grab it because I can never remember the name. Let me check it. It is the True Love designer series paper. I know it was had the word love in it. That's basically all about I can ever remember about that paper. Okay, let's go ahead and put some Stampin' Seal on the back of that piece. And this piece, I believe, let me grab my note. I left it far away from me. It is cut at 4 1/4 by 2 3/4. And then this strip from that same DSP paper pack is 5 1/4 by 1 1/2. And I'm just going to put some adhesive on the back of there. And then you're just going to put this piece right, oops, going to put it right in the center, just like that, okay? Let's go ahead and layer up our oval. And I'm going to use my Tombow just because this is such a tight fit. I want to be able to move it around if I need to. So I'm just going to put that on there like that. And I'm just going to leave that lay there to dry. I'm going to grab my white label. And then I'm going to try not to move my little black dots. And I'm going to stamp the sentiment Lucky You. That's what got that whole conversation started with my husband. He wanted to know what the Lucky You meant. And I was like, well, it's a 4-leaf clover. And then he had to comment that he counted 5. I said, whatever. To me, it looks like a 4-leaf clover. I hope you guys think so too. I could have used the heart punches and dies and stuff to make the 4-leaf clover. I've seen a lot of people do that, but I didn't want to do that. I saw that, and I actually went to Stampin' Up's website and typed in St. Patrick's. Or St. Patrick's Day, I can't remember now. Put this right there like that. And that popped up, so I thought, kind of looks like it, so I'm going to use it. And then this one, you can decide which side you want to use for the top, because you could use both since it's been embossed. I'm just going to put that flower right in the center. And then I'm going to take the little bow, and I need to clean out those little extras that we don't need, just like that. I'm going to grab my silicone mat because I am going to use the fine tip glue pen. And let's just put a little bit. Doesn't take a lot of this. I'm just barely dotting it. This is the hardest part, is getting this pin back in there. And then I'm just going to grab my tweezers and pick that up. Don't think I have a very good hold on it. And then let's just put that bow right about there on that flower. Just hold it there just for a second. And then we'll flip this over. I'm going to put some dimensionals. And if you guys have any questions about these make and take packets, or the projects, or how you can earn yours, there's also a Bobby's Bucks reward form on my blog. It's bobbystamps.com. And if you start shopping with me, you track your online orders. And when you spend $50 before tax and shipping and handling, you can start tracking your orders and earn free product from me too. Okay, let's take one of the little, these are from the matte black dots. And I'm just going to take the smallest one. Throw that paper away because it's sticking to my finger really bad. Put that right in the center. And I know this kind of makes it look more like a flower, but it's okay. And then I sent everybody 3 of these larger black matte dots, which it looks like I shorted myself one, so I'm going to have to get in there and get myself another one. Let me see. Pick it up with this way. That's what I was afraid of. It was going to go flying, but you know what? That's kind of where I wanted it anyway, so I'm just going to leave it there. And then I'm going to grab another one of these larger ones right here. And let's say I put one right about there. Okay, guys, don't go anywhere. I will be right back with our second project. Okay, guys, let's make card 2. And I'm sorry, but I have to adjust my camera just a bit. Okay, so this is card 2 for my free make and take packets. And I think it turned out super cute. I really like it a lot. Okay, so our base is Pull Party 4 1/4 by 11, and I scored it in half at 5 1/2. And then I sent you a piece of So Saffron that is 4 by 5 1/4, and I ran it through the Ornate Floral 3D embossing folder. So we'll just go ahead and adhere this piece down. Anything that's been embossed, I like to use Stampin' Seal. Oh my goodness, I like to use Stampin' Seal Plus, and it likes to eat your paper. So I'm just going to switch it over to the regular Stampin' Seal because I have better luck with it not eating my paper. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. You just never know. Then I sent you a piece of Whisper White. I'm trying to find my notes, guys. That is 3 1/4 by 4 1/4, and then a piece of the Filled and Flower and Filled DSP that is 3 by 4. And we're just going to layer these 2 pieces together next. Okay, and then we're just going to center that like so. Okay, then I cut out these little flowers. I used Garden Green, Pull Party, and So Saffron, and I used this die from the Hydrangea dies. So it cuts out all of those at once, but when it's done cutting them out, they're all little individual ones. So I sent everybody one, or what is included in your packet is one of each, because that's all that you need. And then I also sent everybody this Pull Party sheer ribbon, and I measured it out, tied a bow on this width of cardstock to make sure I was sending everybody enough, and added a little bit. But you're just going to take it and wrap it around. And you can fuss with it after you're done. I'm going to cut a little, or pull a little bit more, because that's not quite enough for me. So I'm just going to bring that around. And then you can lower it, or, you know, make it higher up on there, however you want to do it once you get your bow completely tied. Tying smaller bows is really hard. It's really hard to get everything to work together. Okay, and then let's just, this is why I like to keep it on the bolt, because then I can pull and adjust as I need to. Whoops, pulling the wrong one. So let's kind of pull on that. Then this one I'm going to pull just a little bit more. If I'd pull the right one, I'd be okay. Okay, let me grab my ribbon scissors. And then I'm just going to trim those ends like so. Okay, and then let's see if that's good. And then see how it turned it out. See how it turned out. I meant for that to be the bottom, but the bow, I knew when I kind of turned it, it was going to be upside down. I'm just going to walk this down to the bottom. And now it's at the bottom. And then I'm just going to slide that over like that, because I want it at the right hand side, just like that. And then we're going to pop this up on Stampin' Dimensionals. And you could put tape on the back of your ribbon there, or use some adhesive on the white cardstock if you want to make sure it's going to stay in place, but I'm okay with it. I don't think it's going to go anywhere. Let's peel these off. So this packet will be, if you spend $35, you will earn the first card I demonstrated and this one. And then just put this right in the center. And then, you know, you can adjust your bow if you need it to be smaller or whatever. Let's move this out of the way. Oh, I'm getting ahead of myself here. Let's go ahead and stamp the sentiment. I sent everybody a piece of Pull Party that I cut at 1 by 4, and then I used this punch, which is called the Treasured Tags punch. This is actually a bundle that you can bundle with this stamp set, as it shows right there. I'm not crazy about the stamp set, but I did like the punch, so I bought the punch without the bundle. Then I cut a piece of Whisper White at 1 inch by 3 3/4 of an inch. Put it in the punch and punch that out. And I always flip it over, because I have done these only to find out it looks like it's centered here in between those marks like it's supposed to be. And see, when you flip it over, you could have went a little wonky. So I like to make sure I have that correct. I'm going to grab my piercing pad, because I'm going to use photopolymer stamp set, and we always have to use that. I'm getting my sentiment from the ice cream, or sweet ice cream, and it's the one that says happy birthday. So I'm just going to ink that up in Memento ink, and then just stamp that right in the center. And then when we go to layer this, I didn't pop it up. I did use Tombow, because we want to get this kind of as centered as we can. So I just put some Tombow on the back. And then it's going to be the same width, but it's the length where we need to kind of even that up a little bit, just like that. Okay, I'm going to slide it down just a little bit like that. Okay. Now this piece I am going to put dimensionals on the back. Probably 3 on the back. And then just put that right in the center there. And then I'm going to grab the silicone mat, and I need my tweezers and my take your pick tool. And I'm just going to grab one of each color, flip them over, just like that. And then I'm going to use a tiny, tiny bit of Tombow right in the center of each flower. Just a smidge. It's not going to take much at all. And then I'm going to take my tweezers and try to pick them up. Whoops. Oh no. Let's see. Okay, that's going to dry, so that's not going to be too bad. So I'm going to place one there, and it's going to come back right up with my finger. There we go. And then I'm going to take the Granny Apple Green one, make sure I have a hold of it this time, and put it kind of up. And then the So Saffron, I'm just going to put up here on the top. And then you can kind of push down just a little bit. Don't fuss with them too much because that is not dry. Then I'm going to take my tweezers and try to pick these up, since I have little bitty pieces of the paper and it's kind of hard to get your take your pick tool to pick those up like that. These were remnants of what I cut from everybody's packets. Okay, and then I'm just going to put the last one right there in the center of the So Saffron and just go back and kind of push down. Okay guys, that is a make and take packet 2. I will be right back with the third one, and it's going to have a special gift for you. Okay guys, I'm back with our final free make and take packet, and it's this super cute, super easy pen holder. And if I don't forget, I will make sure I look up the demonstrator's name that I saw this on YouTube, because I was going frantic trying to find one that I liked and trying to design one. I was trying to use the oh, I can't think of the name of it now, the punch I was trying to use. It's the one that has like the scallop at the top, and I just couldn't, it just didn't look right. And I came across her video and I was like, oh my gosh, that is perfect for what I need. And I love it. So I ordered these pens again, and it says Bobby Stamps, Hoosiers Stamping Friend. And it has where I'm from, Warsaw, Indiana, 46580. And this is a free pen I'm sending everybody with their make and take packets on this one. Okay, let's get started. Let me grab my scoring tool, otherwise known as the Simply Scoreboard. Every video I have to forget to bring something within its arm's reach. So my cardstock is 6x6, and I am using the Paper Blooms Designer Series paper. You guys probably won't get this same exact paper. Some of you will. Everybody's not going to get the same one, is what I'm trying to say. But your labels that I send you, these are going to be coordinating colors. I promise. I will coordinate the colors with you. So it's 6x6. You're going to flip it over to the side you don't want showing. And then you're going to score it at 1.5, 3, and 4.5. Okay. Then what you want to do is burnish those score marks so it's easier to see when we start doing our bending here in a minute. Just like that. Okay, and it doesn't matter which side. These are both the same size right here, so it doesn't matter. But on this first one, you're gonna fold this over, and you're gonna fold that piece over to that first score mark. Then you're gonna take this one, and you're gonna take it to the second. So this is your first score mark. This is your second score mark, and you're gonna fold that one in just until it meets that score mark. Don't go over the score mark. You just want to meet it. Then you're going to take this bottom and it's going to go, let me see how I did that. It's going to go up to that score mark, that first one, okay? So just like that. So then when you put your pen in there, we're gonna fold this over like that. Fold this one back over like that. We're gonna put tear tape. I'm not sure if our Stampin' Seal would work. I used tear tape and that's what I'm just gonna stick to because it held mine really well. So I'm just gonna put tear tape right there. You could put 2 or 3 on here if you really want to make sure it's gonna hold, but I think 2 is fine. That's what I used on my other one. So I'm just gonna stick with that number. Peel that backing off. And then we're just gonna fold this one. Let me see where that score mark is. And then just burnish that mark again, just like that. So it does have that little bit there on the back, but I think that's fine. If you wanted to cover it up, you could be creative and come up with some way to do it. And then we're just gonna stick the pen in there. But this is the front. I don't think too many people, oh, we might want to put tear tape right there. So let me do that. Actually, I'll just use some Tombow. Let me see if I did that on my original. Yep, I must have put it all the way at the end. So I'm just gonna put some Tombow on this and that should hold that really good right there. Hope I didn't put too much, and I did. It's gonna come squirting out. Just dry that off. I'm just gonna hold that just for a second. This one's not going to anybody, you guys. It's just for the video. But what I'm gonna do is take that pen out, just in case. You never know if I want to give this to somebody. And I'm just gonna put that little pin right there and let that take hold while we do our other things. Okay, so I'm going to send you a coordinating color, like I said. Mine was Rococo Rose, and this is the Label Me Lovely punch. So this is the punch I used. And then I used Night of Navy with the tailored tag punch. But like I said, I will send you coordinating colors, I promise. Okay, let's grab Rococo Rose since it's the lightest. I always like to start with my lighter color. And put the lid back on my Tombow. Okay, so we're just going to take this flower, and the stamp set I'm using is the Brushed Blooms, and it has a very pretty, let me grab the dies really quick. It has these very pretty dies. I have not got to play with this stamp set a lot. I haven't even seen any videos or Pinterest or anything like that. I haven't really pulled it out of my stash yet, but I will get to it. And it doesn't matter that that's not pretty, because it's going to be hid behind the tailored tag layer that we do. So I'm just going to clean my stamp off from the Rococo Rose. We can put this ink pad away. We're done with it. Let's grab, and I'm just doing that to get that excess water off of my stamp. Looks like I have a little bit more. There we go. So this one I could only fit about 2. I mean, if you wanted to do, you know, like that and then come back. I mean, if you want to cover every piece, you could do that. Then I have a strip of Whisper White. I'm going to fold this in to make sure it doesn't get on that strip. And on this strip, I will send your guys is already cut. Now, I'm not going to banner the ends. You can banner your own ends, but I will send you the strip already cut for you and leave you enough room that you can banner it. So I'm just going to stamp that right down. I love the font on the stamp set. I think it's a very, very pretty. Okay, so we're going to use the tailored tag punch again. I'm just going to grab my old scissors right here and just cut that about like that. You can move this out of the way. And I'm just going to stick that in there. So if you don't have the tailored tag punch, you definitely need it in your life, because not only can you make this super adorable pen holder, but as you can see, you can also use it to banner your ends. Now let's grab our Stampin' Dimensionals. And I popped all of these up, so I'm just gonna do probably 2. And then I'm just gonna put that right in the center. Oh, it's not quite in the center. So let's readjust that. It's gonna hang over just a smidge on each side. That's better. Okay. Now let's see if I can get these dimensionals on here. I'm just gonna do 2 on these as well. I have blue ink all over my hands. Need to go wash my chamois out, I think. I hope I don't transfer that over onto any of this before I can get my hands washed. Okay, let's hope this is set up, had time to dry. And we'll put our pen back in. Now I'm gonna put my dimensionals, I think, just right in the center, and I'm only gonna do 2. Because it's only going to be stuck on this part here. So you're going to have to really be careful about your placement of your dimensionals, because you want to make sure that those stay on there, okay? So I'm just going to put that kind of like there, and then just give those a push down. And I'm just trying to look behind to make sure they're sticking, and they are. So there you guys go. Super cute, super easy, super fast pen holder. I hope that you guys like it. And remember, if you spend $25, you earn the first make and take, $35 you earn the second, and $50 you earn this, and I send you the free pen. So I thank you guys so much for stopping by. If you have any questions, leave me a note, leave me a message. Please make sure that you subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, and I will see you in my next video, guys. Bye-bye.